Yeah, just for a change.
Huh?
Just
Is
for
that
a
the
change,
COVID?
I'm doing it.
Is that the COVID haircut? Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, you know, please don't, get taken in by all these accolades that Vijay has poured on me. I'm just an ordinary person like you. I'm wearing a QNet t-shirt. I call it the badge of honor. This is my favorite QNet t-shirt ever. It was our 18th anniversary. So it's 5 years old. But it still looks okay. So I thought I'll wear it today. So I was wondering what to speak to you guys about today. Okay, first thing is, am I going too fast for the translators? Can somebody give me a thumbs up? Am I okay or am I speaking too quickly? Okay? Okay, guys. If I mess up, please let me know, okay? Perfect. So, I wanted to talk to you all about a couple of things. So, the first question I ask most people every time we meet is, why are you here? See, all of you have taken a decision. All of you have taken a decision. That's why you are here today and listening to me, and that's why you're signed up. And you're an independent representative, and technically you're a business owner. But taking a decision is very easy. This is the easiest part of the whole journey, is taking a decision. You decide many things in life. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And then after you take the decision, you expect the results. So I call it the decision, and then you want the delight. The delight is the fun of the success. But there's a third D. I call it the 3 Ds: decision, discipline, delight. So the first one you've already done. It's the decision. You've taken that decision already. I want to do business. I want to change my life. I want to be financially free. And your entry ticket to this, to the World Cup finals is very small. Because if you want to start a business, a lot of people say, "Oh, Dave, I would love to do this business, but it's too expensive. I can't afford it." See, those kind of people have no place in our business because they don't understand value. It's a simple concept of value. So I'm talking about India, right? We are. This is We Connect India, although people from other parts of the world are also here. What if we wanted to, when I was in New York, then working in New York, I used to go to Central Park. And there used to be this hot dog stand over there called Nathan's Hot Dog. Because Dato will slap me twice for even talking about hot dogs because we are a vegetarian company. But anyway, I'm just giving this example. Okay. So, so to set up that hot dog stand, you need city permits, you need an investment. How much do you think that little hot dog stand costs? Around 10,000 US dollars. So my first message to you today is, The problem we have in this business is the entry point is too low. It is not too high, it is too low. That is why people don't take it seriously. And that too, in our business, is not even an investment. You're not investing any money. We are not an investment company. You're buying something for yourself or your family that you use and benefit from, a product or a service. So many of my friends have gone on vacation. They had a great holiday. They've come back. Thank you, Dave. But why don't they take the business seriously? So let me start with one question. Today I'm going to be very in your face. I'm going to basically be very blunt and very direct with all of you. I want to ask you a question. Let's say Dave Wadhwani, the investment banker. He comes and I say, okay, I have a proposal. If you invest $100,000 US, after 5 years, you can start making $1 million a year. So why do I say $1 million a year? That's the diamond max out. If somebody came to me and said, 100,000 US, after 5 years, you start making $1 million a year, every year after year after year. The first thing I'll ask the person is, are you dealing in drugs? I'm sure most of you would ask the same question. True or not? Now, let me ask you the second question. Let's say I come to you and say, listen, you know what? It's not $50,000. I mean, it's not $100,000. It's $50,000. $50,000 a year to make $1 million a year. After 5 years, year after year after year. Yeah? I will say you're definitely dealing drugs. But the question is, can we get caught or can we get away with it? That is the only question I want to know. Now let's make 50,000 into 25,000. Or let's say $10,000. So $10,000. This is it. And then we are going to make, say, listen, boss, do you have the lucky numbers for the lottery? Is that why, that's how it's working or what? You know the numbers? Have you rigged the systems? Otherwise, it is not possible, guys. But the beautiful part of what we do is, there's no investment. So the biggest trap we fall into is, actually, I'm telling you, today I want to take your paradigm, turn it on its head. The money is too small. So it doesn't hurt you. You're not going to be on the street. So you try. I spoke to one guy, 5 guys, na bola. Guy said yes, guy said no. You come like a little crybaby. And then you quit. Come on, guys. Man up. You want to change your life? Let me tell you, the first time I took a decision. Can I share this story with you? I was 5 years old. I watched John McEnroe play Bjorn Borg in the Wimbledon finals. It was a 5-set thriller. They played each other twice in a row. I think it was 80 and 81. Yes, if I'm not wrong. And I went to my parents and I said, I want to play tennis. I want to play tennis. So my dad said, but for that we have to go to the local club. And we basically we don't have membership in the club. And you'll need coaching and all these things. I said, no, Dad, I was inspired. I took my decision. You understand? I took that decision. I want to play tennis. I was inspired. Just like you are when you signed up. So, me and my dad went on a scooter. That time he had a Vijay Super. I still remember. You won't even know what a Vijay Super is. It was a little Indian scooter. Like a Vespa, with the gears going up and down. And we went to the local gymkhana called Bandra Gymkhana, where I grew up. And they said there's a waiting list. We will inform you when there's an opening, then you can enroll. So we handed in the application. After about 4 or 5 months, they got in touch with us and said, okay, there's an opening. Do you want your son to be part of the tennis coaching scheme? My dad said, son, are you serious? Do you really want to play tennis? I was like, yes, I definitely want to play. For sure. So we went and I saw my father paying. My father was a flight attendant with Air India. They said you have to pay 1 year's fees in advance. Okay? This is otherwise you cannot play tennis. So my father paid. Then we went to the sports shop. He bought me a racket. He bought me tennis shoes. Basic equipment, t-shirt, shorts, socks, and 3 tennis balls. I still remember 3 tennis balls in a can, like a long can. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And you have no idea how excited I was. The first day that I went for my coaching, he said, okay, today is the day. You have to go at 5:30 in the evening. I was super excited. So I went to the Bandra Gymkhana, to the tennis court. And then the coach was an old man. I still remember him. He's God bless his soul, Mr. Kamble. He was an old man. He looked at all of us, and we were a bunch of, young puppies over there, all of us, some girls, some boys, all standing in line. He said, okay, you want to play tennis? Yes, sir. I said, good. Oh, you got your own tennis balls. He said, you don't need those tennis balls. Please put them aside. I was shocked. Now what? Then he took a bucket of balls, old balls, taklu, bald, no fur on the balls, the old ones that the guys throw away. And he said, now you stand here, each of us, he gave us the balls. He said, now bounce the ball with your racket. Bounce it. So, okay, fine. Maybe it's a warm-up. So bounce the ball. Bouncing the ball. Bouncing the ball. Bouncing the ball. Wondering when he's going to stop us from bouncing the ball. Bouncing the ball, bouncing the ball. And after 1 hour, he said, okay, now go home. I was like disappointed, confused, everything, all in one. Bouncing the ball. What is this guy making me bounce the ball for, man? And this happened day after day. Huh? So 3 days a week was the coaching class. Next time I came, I said, okay, this time maybe we'll get to play. Meanwhile, we are watching. Huh? The other guys playing actual tennis. But we are bouncing the ball like bloody lallu rams, Bouncing the ball, bouncing the ball, bouncing the ball. Day after day after day after day. And I noticed after the second week, more than half the class dropped out. They got fed up of bouncing the ball. Even I wanted to quit. Let me tell you this. Like my dad would say, how was your class? I said, I went and I bounced the bloody ball. I don't know what this is. I think it's a waste of our money or whatever. My dad told me, but I paid for the whole year already. So now what is there to lose? So I was like thinking, my father's paid for the whole year. He's bought me my tennis racket. All my equipment, my shoes, everything. I told him I want to play tennis. Now what do I do? Quit? He'll take the racket and stick it up my backside, yeah. It's not cheap for him. You're a working man. So I took the decision. But what made me stick with the discipline, which is the second D, is that the money was too big for me to let my parents down. One day say, I don't want to go for tennis class. And finally, you won't believe it, out of there were about 10 or 12 of us, only 3 survived. Only 3 lasted. And I kind of became friendly with Kamble sir. I call him Kamble sir. Bless him. Still remember with his long beard. I said, Kamble sir, can I ask you one question? What is this bouncing the ball? I came here to play tennis. And he said, Beta, which means son, I am making your wrist strong so that you can play. And I'm teaching you hand-eye coordination. Hand-eye coordination. It cannot be taught. It has to be experienced. He's saying that is when. After 1 month, I finally got to get onto the tennis court and play. When I got onto the tennis court and I played, it was like Christmas, New Year, birthday, everything all in one. Diwali, everything in one. It was like I'm on the tennis court now. I was so excited. And he taught me the basic forehand, backhand. And then my class is over and I want to play more. Now what do? I said, how can I play more? He pointed me to the wall. There was a wall at the end. He said, you hit the ball against the wall. It is the best opponent you will ever have. It will always come back to you. The wall is better than Roger Federer also. Better than Nadal. Better than Djokovic. No matter what shot you play, it will come back. You say, go hit on the wall. Practice over there after that if you want. Because that's the next class. You understand the discipline that it takes. Now, I've told you many stories. So let me get back to the crux of the matter. You're wondering what this has to do with the business. So many of you have decided, right? Oh, I want to change my life. I want to be financially free. Yes, I want max out. These are all wishful thoughts, guys. Are you willing to bounce the ball? Are you willing to do what it takes? And I congratulate all of you for still being here today. And many of you are old timers, right? How many of you are old timers over here? I can't see anything. I'm sorry. I only have the translators. How many old timers? People who've been in the business for years. Like, 5 years, 3 years, whatever. Vijay, can you share with me what the ratio is? Or you can't see. It's too much, no?
Yes, they
Too much. That's okay. No problem. Fine.
approximately around 20-30%.
Okay. So, let's get to the crux of it now. Each of you was a young boy I was. I wanted to win Wimbledon. I was inspired by John McEnroe and Bjorn Borg. At the age of 5, that's why I wanted to start playing tennis. Yes? Now, do you know how many tennis players take that decision to go professional every year? Hundreds of thousands. Whether it's tennis, whether it's golf, whether it's boxing, it doesn't matter. I want to be professional. And then they become professional. So let me tell you my story. After I started playing tennis, I wasn't very good at tennis. I realized actually my real talent was badminton. So I started playing badminton after that in the same club. And I became the king, the Raja of the club. Nobody could beat me. And one day, my mentor came to me. God bless him. He had won 14 national titles. He tapped me on the shoulder and told me one thing. He said, in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. He said, you are the king. You are the king over here. Stop playing here. 2 days a week, go and play at the other club where the real guys play. See how you fare against them. Up your game. Don't think that you're the Raja, you're the king of the castle, You run the show. Play against real competition. That's where the game is at, not here. That was a paradigm shift in the mindset. So coming back to our business, Anna, I did that. And it was a wake-up call for me. Because when I played there, I was absolutely mediocre. I wasn't, a great player. I was ordinary compared to the other guys. And I had to lift my game. I learned so much by going through that process. So my question to you is, there are two kinds of networkers. Two. First, actually there are three. Sorry. Let's make it three. Yeah. First are the guys who try. Those are like the kids who came with me, got tired of bouncing the ball, and said, "Tata, bye bye, mommy, daddy, I don't want to play tennis anymore. Thank you very much." This is the first category. Second category, guys who say like, "Okay, I want to go professional." So these are the full timers in our business. People who say, "I want to go full time." Vijay, you remember the day you called Addy and said, "I want to go full time"?
Yes, Dev.
You remember that day?
Yes, Dev.
मुझे करना है, full time जाना है मेरे को. Yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Which is fantastic. And I congratulate all of you who have done that. You see, but there are two kinds of full-time networkers. Now I'm going into the last phase. How much time do I have, by the way? Anyone keeping time? I'm losing track, that's why.
Another 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty. Okay, fine. Okay. So, I won't need that long. I like to keep it nice and short and sweet. So, two kinds of networkers. When it comes to guys who said they want to go professional. You try. And you come from a mindset of a middle class mindset. The middle class mindset is what? The middle class mindset is, I used to earn so much of money in my job. And if I can earn the same amount of money from QNet, yeah? Guys, my doorbell is going off. I need to literally just run for 1 second and tell somebody to open the door. 1 second. Doorbell is going off. I apologize. Sorry about that. Thump on the door. Yeah? Is if I can substitute my income with QNet, I'm living a free life. You understand? I'm living life on my own terms. I'm living life on my own terms, and I'm earning the money I used to earn, or maybe even more money than I used to earn. And it's a good life. I got nothing to complain about. Now, you know what I call these people? I hope the translators have done their work when it comes to this. Please, it's very important. It's called a journeyman pro. Journeyman pro. This is not gender centric. It can be journeywoman pro also. It's basically a professional athlete who's decided to play golf, play tennis, play badminton, do boxing. It doesn't matter. Sport is not important. Even play cricket. And they said, we want to play this for a living now. You see, but they did not get on board as a professional to be mediocre. Do you know how many tennis players, or how many golfers, or how many boxers, or how many badminton players, or name the sport, have never won a title in their life? Never. They've never won a title. I mean, major title, maybe local title, yes, but not international title. But you know that when you go to Wimbledon, or right now the French Open is on, good example, 128 people make it to the main draw in the men's and the women's. 128. Now, how many believe they can actually win the title? Is my question to you. Good question, huh? How many actually believe they can win the title? So today in the men's game, Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, used to be Andy Murray, but now poor chap's injured. So maybe some other guy, I don't know. I don't watch that much of tennis. Maybe 4 guys can say, boss, I'm going to win this title. Then there's another about 4 or 6 guys who say, I have a chance. I have a chance. If I play well, he plays badly on that day, I can upset him and somehow magic can happen. And I can win. So let's say 10 guys have a strong chance or partial chance of winning the title. Tell me, what are the other 118 guys doing? They come to play marbles or what? Goatees, you know, goatee, no? When you play in school, goatees. They come to play marbles? No. They are called the journeyman pro. Because in Wimbledon, even if you lose in the first round, you get paid money. Any of the main tournaments, even first round loser makes money. And he's doing his calculation. I have to go to London, I have to go to Paris, I have to go to New York, I have to go to Melbourne, which is basically Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, US Open. 4 majors every year. And if I make it to the second round, third round also, the prize money is more than my expense. And I'm okay. I can pay my bills. But you talk to one of the top 4 guys now, they lose in the semi-finals, and you ask them, how was your tournament? And they'll be shaking their head. I didn't play my best. I have to up my game. I'm going to come back stronger. What is their mindset? The mindset of a champion. So guys, journeyman pro or champion? What are you thinking? Because in QNet, you can make $500, $250, you can make $1,000. For some of you in India, $1,000 a week is a lot of money, man. In your mind, you could be financially free with $1,000 a week. thinking about max out. Now, Vijay has been to my house more than one time, and the Wi-Fi router is called max out. And let me tell you the password. The password is called max out. So where do you want to? Do you want to be a journeyman pro? Or do you want to be a champion? And then you have the second kind of network. The guy who has a brilliant run, like the genius, he hits it big time. Bang, 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 all the way to the top. But cannot sustain. Cannot sustain. Because let me tell you, I had the privilege of being coached by a gentleman named Prakash Padukone in Bangalore when I was a very young man, teenager. And one day in a mentoring session, he said, you know the difference between a genius and a champion? And we didn't know the answer. He said, a genius, all of you know what genius is. The genius is on a day achieves perfection. And I know what that feels like. When you're holding the racket in your hand, you feel it's like a magic wand. You think anything is possible that day. It is an extension of your hand only. You don't feel it's a racket. The genius achieves perfection on his best day. He said, but a champion finds a way to win on his worst day. And that is the business we are in. Week after week, we have to be champions and find a way to win. See, sometimes the champion is injured also, no? His back is paining, his leg is injured. He has to find some way of making it, right? Same thing with our teams, right? Teams go up and down. Guys, come on, we all know this. Let's not lie to each other. We all know this. But you find a way because you're a champion. You have your eye on the prize. So my message to you today is, are you going to do this business like a journeyman pro? Or are you going to do this business like a champion? See, the thing about sport, which is unforgiving, there can only be one champion. You know that, right? No matter how good Nadal is, Federer is, Djokovic is, only one guy can hold the cup and lift the crown. It's cruel, correct or not? There can be only one champ. But in our business, we can have thousands of people maxing out. And that is beautiful. And the beauty of the way this whole, Dato Japa, God bless them, bless them, is that you could be the most selfish person on the planet. The most selfish person. But you cannot make it unless you help a minimum of two people. One on the left, one on the right. You got to build them, make them strong, and boom, we go together. So this is something I want you to think about tonight. Are you a journeyman pro or are you a champion? It's a very deep thought. It's a very deep thought. Are you happy with earning some money? Or do you really want to make the money? And then the mediocre mindset is like, oh, but money is not everything. I agree. I totally agree. Let me tell you what I ate for dinner last night. You know what's better than Chinese food? Okay, this is a joke that only a few people will get, but anyway, yeah. You know who makes better Chinese food than the Chinese? The Indians. We call it Chindian. Indian Chinese. Chindian. We call it Chindian food. Yesterday, I was missing Indian food so much. I called up the local restaurant. I said, send me 3 soups, one, veg hakka noodles, one veg this, that, another. The total bill was 105 dirhams, Vijay. 105 dirhams. 3 people in the house have eaten 5 meals. Already, it's still going. The 105 dirham bill. So what I'm trying to say is not about the money. Are you up for it? Do you want to change the game? Because I used to be like you, sitting in the crowd, looking mesmerized at people like Chief and all, Dato, saying, oh my God, wow. And today, I'm on stage with them. And the V partner list is extending. And Vijay will tell you that one time he was sitting there, oh my God, V ambassador, this, and today he's a V council. And if he carries on the good work, one day he'll be a ADP. And the path will go on. See, we are different from any other business. There's no shortage of capacity on the top. It's not like tennis where only one guy can hold the cup. We can all be champions, guys. All of us can be champions. But are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to do the hard work? Are you willing to bounce that ball like a donkey? Where is your mindset? That is something that you need to think about tonight. And I'll leave you with one last message. Something I heard from Dato Sri himself. I don't even know whether he remembers this, but I attended a QI anniversary dinner in Hong Kong several years ago. I forget which anniversary it was because I've attended so many of these dinners. And at the dinner, he just said one thing. His closing line, and I hope he doesn't mind that I'm stealing his line to close, today's session. He said, never give in to yourself. You know what that means? Never give in to yourself. You see, we are all human beings. It is so easy to give in to oneself. He said, never give in to yourself and never give up on others. Never give up on others. They may drive you mad. You may get frustrated. सुनता नहीं है, करता नहीं है. As long as they are with you now, thank God. So guys, my message to you. First message is journeyman pro or champion. Second, don't give in to yourself and never give up on others. And if you follow this, I will see you at the top. I promise you. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Yeah. I hope I didn't bore you with my stupid stories. But good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.